Good morning, class! Before proceeding to our new lesson, who can share me about what was it all about? Yes, that's right! We studied the different genres of viewing. We have internet-based program, documentary, weather report, news flash, and movie maker. So now, what festivities we celebrate annually here in our municipality? Yes, we have Sinulog and Sinabligay Festival. So now I want you to watch one of the festivities, which is Sinabligay. Are you ready to watch it? Okay, but before that, I want you to listen very well to the video presentation to the paired because you are expected to print active sentences and passive sentences, construct active sentences, and then after constructing, of course, you will be to change that one into passive sentences. So are you ready now? Okay, here it goes.
Sinabligay Festival is annually celebrated every 24th of June during the Patron Fiesta in honor of Saint John the Baptist. On this celebration, water plays a major role in the dance when dancers sprinkle clean water to co-participants and audience upon the culmination of the dance. The Sinabligay is the official dance festival of the Cabalianons based on the Sinulog Mardi Gras of Cebu. The difference is the use of water as a sign of baptism made by the patron. The solemnity of the Nativity of Saint John the Baptist was traditionally not celebrated with water dosing, sometime in 2000. The LGU launched the Sinabligay Festival, which translates as Water Dosing Festival. The LGU has passed ordinances prohibiting the use of dirty water during this festival.
So I think you are now ready to answer I only prepared 4 questions related to the video that you watched. Who celebrates Sinabligay Festival? So who do you think celebrates Sinabligay Festival according to the video that you watched? Yes, the Cabaliano. What did the dancers do to his co-participants or audience upon the culmination of the dance? Anybody? Yes, so the dancer will do some sprinkling of water to his co-dancers or the audience as the festival is going on. Third question is, what material is used as a sign for their baptism? Yes, it's water, no? That's why the festival is called Sinabligay because they're using. And the last question is, why LGU San Juan passed an ordinance during the Sinabligay Festival? What do you think? Why the municipality of San Juan? Yes? Yes, that's right. No, it is the LGU San Juan passed an ordinance about during the Sinabligay Festival to prohibit the use of dirty water because some naughty person will be, what if they will be using dirty water and it will be sprinkled around you. So see? Okay. Very good, huh? You are very... Based from the answers that you've given to me, we come up with this sentence. So what do you think? I've already raised the lesson that we have this morning. So you're going to tell me if the sentence belongs to active or to passive. Just guess. I know some of you already know about it, but then we will discuss later. So just guess, this sentence belongs to what kind of voice do you think? Oh yes, active. Another case. So you already identified the sentences. This one belongs to, as you have said earlier, that this sentences 1, 3, 5, and 7 belongs to active. We have to label this one. This belongs to passive. So these are the sentences belongs to active as you determined a while ago, and this one belongs to passive. What do you think on this sentence? Why do you think this sentence belongs to active? Why do you think this sentence belongs to passive? So let's find out. Can you tell me the subject of this sentence? Or is the subject there? Kabalianon celebrate Sinabligay Festival every year. Where is our subject? We have here Kabalianons, our subject. How about the verb? Okay, so celebrate is the verb. Kabalianons is our subject. And this one, Sinabligay Festival, is our direct object, the DO. Okay, so second sentence, dancers sprinkles clean water to co-participants and audience upon the culmination, oh my gosh, culmination of the dance. So we have here dancer as the subject, sprinkles the verb, and clean water is our direct object. Next, dancers use water as a sign of baptism. The subject is dancer. Verb is use. Water is our DO, the direct object. Then, next sentence. LGU San Juan passed an ordinance this is to prohibit the use of dirty water during the Sinabligay Festival. So, LGU San Juan here, this is our subject. Past is our verb, and an ordinance here is our direct object. So, that is the parts of our active sentence. How about in this passive sentences? Why do you think this sentence belongs to passive sentence? Let's find out. So, how this active sentence changes into this one, into passive? So, here, Kabalianon celebrates Sinabligay Festival every year. So we have here Kabalianons. Where is Kabalianons found? It is here, it's already found here. How it is changed? So, active sentence changes to passive in 4 conditions. First, you are going to tell me the verb. Where's the verb? Verb is celebrate. What is the tense of the verb celebrate? It will be in celebrate is in the present tense. So, if the verb is in the present tense, you are to choose which of the verb be is suit to that. We have the is or the are. Get me? If the verb is in the past tense, you have to use the verb be, which is was or were. So, since our verb here, celebrate, is in the present tense, we use is. Is, or we have to choose either of these two. Because it is present, we have to choose is or are. Then, next, direct object, Sinabligay Festival. So, the direct object here in our active sentence now becomes the subject in the passive. Look. So, it is now found at the beginning of the sentence. It is already our, say, the subject here becomes the subject. And then, always celebrate. Why this verb becomes celebrated? So, according to the rule, when the active sentence changes into passive, you always use the past participle form of the verb. So, what is the past participle form of the verb celebrate? So, our past participle of the verb celebrate is celebrated. So, that's, and then what else do you observe? We have here the by phrase. So, we have the preposition always by, then the Kabalianos, which is our subject here, becomes now the object. Then, just copy the remaining words every year. You can have the every year, or it could be omitted. It's depends on the instruction. Did it me? Okay, here in the second active sentence, why it looks like this? So the dancer sprinkles clean water becomes clean water is sprinkled by dancers to co-participants and audience upon the culmination of the dance. Why it looks like this? Remember, there are 4 rules that we're going to consider when changing active sentence into passive. First, our direct object, which is clean water, now becomes our subject here in the passive. Right? And then our verb, what is the tense of the verb clean? It is in the present. So if it is the present, you have to choose either is or are. Then, the number. How many water? What is the number of the water? We have singular. So instead of are, we use is. Because water is singular, so we use is. Then, the past participle form of the verb, clean, which is cleaned. Then the by phrase, always by. Then the dancers, the subject now here becomes the object. There is an interchange. Following the rules. Then two co-participants and audience upon the combination of the dance. Do you understand? Okay, here, third example. Dancers use water as a sign of baptism. We already identified the parts, the subject, the verb, and the object. We already. So, how to change that one into passive? Simply, identify first the direct object. Our direct object here is water. So, you write water in the beginning sentence in our passive. And then, you have the water. So, identify the verb. What is the tense of the verb? The verb is in the present or past tense? Use is in the present. So if present, we use is or are. Look at the object. How many is the object? What is the number of water? The number of water here is singular. So, singular. Present is or are, which is singular. Is. So we use is. Then use the verb. Always take the past participle, which is used. Then the by phrase. Always write the word preposition, the preposition by, then copy, dancers. Become now our direct object here. Then, so on and so forth. You can omit this one or there's none. It depends on the... Okay, here, last example. Is still one more explanation? One more explanation? Okay, so we have here, LGU San Juan passed an ordinance to prohibit the use of dirty water during the Sinabligay Festival. So we have here, our subjects, LGU San Juan, now becomes the by phrase. And then we have here the verb past, which is already in the past tense. So if past tense, the verb, either use was or were. Right? Past tense naman na siya. It's already in the past tense, so either use the verb be, the auxiliary verb, which are either was or were. You have to choose. What is which? So past tense, and then look at the number. Ordinance. How many is ordinance? So 1. So we have to use 1. Past tense, we have was. So was past. Past participle, always take the past participle form of past is still past. Then the by phrase by, then copy the subject here becomes now our object. LGU San Juan, then to prohibit the use of dirty water during the Sinabligay Festival. I am clear. Okay, to summarize our lesson for today, we have here the two types of voice, which are the active voice and the passive voice. So what is in the active voice? So when the subject does or acts upon the verb, so the sentence is said to be in the active voice. And we have the formula subject, verb, and object. In the passive voice, when the subject receives the action of the verb, the sentence is said to be in the passive voice. The same formula here, subject, verb, object. But here, our subject is the receiver now of the action. Do you get me? And also, there's already the by phrase. There's already a by phrase in the passive voice. Same as on the given examples a while ago. So, here are the rules in changing the active sentence to passive. First is, we identify the tense of the verb and change it into past participle. Always express the verb into past participle when changing to passive sentence or passive voice. Next, move the direct object to the beginning of the sentence. Always move the direct object to the beginning of the sentence. And then add the preposition by before the subject. There is the by phrase there. And the other one is, you add an auxiliary verb be before the main verb. So, in line with the rule number 1, always have the verb be. We have the verb be, we're going to use either the is, the are, the was, or the were. You understand? Since you already understand our discussion, so I would like to group the class into 2 groups only. So you are free to choose whose your members are, and then I will give you 1 minute to group yourselves. Okay, are you ready now for the groupings? So you are now people there. In the left side, you are group 1 and you are the group 2. Here is the instruction 1. You're going to construct 5 active sentences. Also, group 2, another 5 active sentences. After constructing 5 sentences, you are also to change the active sentences into passive sentences. So as you group 2. Am I right? Since you already understand our lesson, please prepare 1/2 cruise-wise.
Answer the following and follow the instructions strictly.
Your assignment, I would like you to cut 2 pictures. 2 pictures from the newspaper, magazine, or brochures that you have available to you. You can have old newspapers. And then, in that cut pictures, you paste that one in a short bond paper. And then, below that, you are going to construct 2 active sentences. Then, from the active sentences you constructed, you change that one into passive. I am clear? And then, the deadline will be next day. Not tomorrow, but next day. You still have time to look for newspaper. Any question? Okay, so the class is dismissed. Thank you for coming.